Hi there everybody, today we're going to look at drawing straight line graphs, or linear graphs as they're sometimes called. Linear, straight, both the same thing, but ultimately sometimes called different things. Alright, so drawing the straight line graphs. Okay, so let's have a look. So first of all, drawing a straight line graph, then one way of looking at it is you might need to create a table of values. Alright, the reason we're kind of going to do it this way is because in many exams you'll come across a table of values, and using those table of values you then need to kind of draw the graph. So it's important you understand that process. It isn't the be all and end all. You don't have to do it, but because obviously you are assessed on a number of occasions like this, it's worth knowing this kind of process. Alright, so we're going to do that. Okay, so these values are then used for coordinates, which can be plotted and joined up. So we'll get to that in a second. And we're going to put them into a table. Alright, so we're going to ask to plot a line of y equals x plus 2. And what that effectively means is there is a relationship between a y coordinate and x coordinate, where your y coordinate is the same as your x, but 2 more than it. Alright, and that's effectively what that means. So your y coordinate is your x1 plus 2. Alright, so that will form a straight line. Alright, now we're going to show you that in a second. But if you have to plot certainly a graph, then you need to be confidently putting numbers into it, and then sketching from there. Now, I mentioned the fact that it will be assessed this way. It is likely in an exam they're going to give you the table of values. All right, they're probably going to give the table of values and probably going to actually put them in. But if not, then we need to create our own. All right, so we're going to pick a bunch of table of values, and then we literally, because of our graph, we're going to put some numbers in there. Numbers that we would find useful to us, that would fit on the graph. There's no point in putting an x value, which is 100. If you look at our table, it's not going to fit anywhere on there, is it? Anywhere on there. All right, so there's no point. But we want to pick a value that starts here. So maybe an x value of 0 and 2 and 4 and 6 potentially, or maybe 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. It's suggested over here pick at least 3 or more. All right. But you know what you're looking for is to make sure it has a distinctive pattern. All right, so we're going to go for 4 by the looks of this table. So let's pick some numbers. Right, so they've gone for 0, 1, 2, 3. All right, so these are your x values. So what we're now going to do, we're going to take your x values and put it here. All right, to find out what our y value is. All right, so if I put my the value of 0 into here, then 0 plus 2 is 2. So that means my y value here is 2. All right, and all I'm doing is put 0 plus 2, and it gives me 2. So that's my x and that's my y. All right, I'm going to repeat the same process for number 1. So if I put 1 in there, well, what's 1 plus 2? That's going to give me 3. That's going to give me my answer for my y value there, so that's going to be 3. All right, going to repeat the same for number 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So number 4 goes in there, and you'll probably start to see there's a pattern developing here. But I'm going to follow the last one. So if I put 3 into there, well, 3 plus 2 is 5. All right, and you can see from there I've got this set of results. Okay, well, those set of results are your coordinates. All right, and again, if you're not familiar about plotting coordinates, please look at the videos about plotting coordinates. But your x value is along the corridor, and your y value is up the stairs. All right, so along the corridor is horizontal, and your y value up the stairs is your vertical. So first one here, 0, 2. All right, so 0, 2 is going to be along the corridor nothing, and up the stairs 2. If I then plot the second one, we've got 1, so along the corridor and up the stairs, which is going to be there. And then I do the third one, which is 2, 4, along the corridor here, up the stairs there. And you'll probably see something developing here. But let's do number 3, or 3, along the corridor 3, and up the stairs 5, which is going to be there. And I'm guessing that if you did 4, you're probably going to get that value over there. All right, so you're going to end up with a straight line. All right, with your ruler, because it clearly is a straight line, you need to draw the line through the axis, etc. like that. It's important to recognise that unless it tells you otherwise, that your line is a continuous line. All right, you've used some coordinates to help you plot it, yes, but of course you could have chosen any, and because you've got those values in there, that will help you to kind of get where the line is, but you need to make sure it goes all the way through, which is why you'll notice it goes right to the top of the graph. All right, and so it needs to fill the area that you are giving it. All right. Right, I think that just says it there at the bottom, so make sure you draw the line all the way along the graph. Okay. So let's look at another example, a little bit more complicated one, which is a little bit bigger. So plot y equals 2x minus 1, so a little bit more kind of going on. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a table of values, but I suppose the issue here is because my graph goes into negative numbers, then it might be worth having some negative numbers in my table to support me when it goes on this hand side, assuming of course it does go over here somewhere. Okay, so let's get some extra values in here. So what they've gone for is minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. All right, 0 is always a good one because it tells you where it kind of crosses here, and then obviously some nice and easy numbers either side to help you kind of get some values. All right, so let's have a look at the minus 1. Well, minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. Take away another 1, it's going to give me minus 3. All right, so that value is going to go in there. 0, well, 2 lots of 0 is still 0. And take away 1 is minus 1, and that number is going to go in there. And then if I put 1 into it, well, 2 lots of 1 is 2, take away 1 is 1, and then I put the final number, which is 2, into it. Well, 2 lots of 2 is 4, take away 1, which is 3. And you'll probably notice a pattern here that it's going up 2 each time. All right. Right, now we need to plot them. So the first one, minus 1, minus 3. So along the corridor, so this is your knowledge of plotting coordinates in all 4 quadrants. So minus 1, minus 3, first one. The next one is 0, minus 1. So along the corridor, nothing. Of course, the stairs there, so I should go there. And then I've got 1, 1, 1, 1, so that's going to go there. And then finally, you've got 2, 3, so that is going to go there. All right. And last time, we need to draw a line that goes all the way through them, all the way through them. So it doesn't just stop at the points that you've kind of plotted, it needs to go all the way through them at the end, all right? And you'll know if you've made a mistake because your points won't make a straight line, all right? So if you have to plot a linear graph, if it even says linear graph or straight line graph, then there's no hesitation, all right? The only time that this would not be straight is if you're dealing with a quadratic, which should have an x squared in it, all right? But of course this doesn't. So it is going to be straight. There's a direct correlation between the y and ex. All right, and that's it. Drawing linear graphs all done. All right. Suggest if you need some practice on this, or you need to kind of confirm it or consolidate it, please go to maths-school.co.uk. There's a link underneath. And good luck. Cheers and bye bye.